Here is everything that you need to know about Google I/O in 5 minutes. The most important update is Google Gemini 3.5 family of models. They did not announce the 3.5 Pro, they had announced 3.5 Flash. 3.5 Flash is probably my favorite model because I've been suggesting Flash models to everybody, and the latest 3.5 Flash delivers on the promise. This is one of the most cost efficient, faster model. So for most of the tasks you can use this. This is also a multimodal model. That means it can do, like, for example, audio processing and video processing. I would strongly encourage you to use this model. In terms of the benchmarks, this model like crushes a lot of different things, including its predecessor. So Gemini 3 Flash scored 33% on RKGA2, and this model scored 72%. Like, it's almost like double of it. There are multiple other benchmarks like Terminal Bench, which is for coding, agentic related benchmarks like Toolithan and MCP Atlas. Across all these benchmarks, this model is scoring extremely good. This model is generally available today. That means you can use it for your production ready use cases. So if you want a cost efficient, faster frontier model, then Gemini 3.5 Flash is definitely for you.
Style, or even add elements. And the whole scene morphs into a reflection of new idea. The simple circle turns into a black hole, or an evening stroll comes to life. Anything becomes a canvas for creating entirely new realities. Let's take a look at what Omni can do.
The next big update from Google I/O is that Google Gemini Omni. This is a new video model, or kind of a world model, that is not Google VO4, but it has got great understanding. It's got world understanding, multimodality, and look at this example. If you see this particular example, you would know that this model has done a pretty good job of taking an image and then creating a video out of it. I would strongly say that this model is great at video editing rather than actual video creation. If you are talking about video creation, I would still say Kling 3.0 and Seedance 2.0 are better. The next big update is Google Antigravity. There are a lot of different things that Google has launched in terms of Google Antigravity. So there is a separate 3.5 Flash optimized for Google Antigravity that is available. And other than that, Google Antigravity 2.0, there is a newer version of the IDE that is available, which is like almost equivalent to the Claude Code of the world and Codex of the world. And more importantly, they have killed Gemini CLI and then made it Google Antigravity CLI. Then there is Google Antigravity SDK. So if you're in the enterprise plan, then you can use Google Antigravity with an enterprise agent framework. And there is an agent harness. So there is a Google Antigravity agent harness that you can use. So these are like bunch of Google Antigravity. It seems like Google is trying to double down on Google Antigravity, so we can expect a lot more in it. I think the most interesting idea in this Google I/O, which is not going to be widely available across the world, is Gemini Spark. So if you're a fan of OpenClaw or Hermes agent, Gemini Spark is basically a 24/7 personal agent, but self-hosted on Google Gemini Enterprise or Google Workspace. So this is again like literally OpenClaw, but running on Google Gemini and running with Google Gemini on Google Enterprise. I think it's going to be a big hit because everybody's going to use it. Then, very interestingly, if you're a developer, they have announced something called Managed Agents API. So this is like Google hosted platform. Inside a Google hosted platform, you can run custom agents in a secure environment. This is very similar to what Anthropic announced today, which is sandboxed Claude environment. So inside like a sandboxed environment, you can run Claude agents. It's a very similar concept, and these are the most important things I feel that Google has launched in this Google I/O. I wouldn't say anything radical has come. There are like bunch of other side information, but most importantly, I think Google is the only company probably in the entire world that is doing across, other than Chinese companies, obviously, across all the modalities: 3.5 Flash, 3.5 Pro, Gemini Omni, IDE for anti-gravity, and then there is like the OpenClaw version, Gemini Spark, and managed agents. Let me know what you think about this Google I/O. If this disappointed you or you're happy with that, see you in another video. Happy prompting.